Hello, folks and family. I'm sure some of you are watching because I have an interesting topic that is going to attract a lot of attention. Um, it's a controversial topic, and it's one of the reasons why I picked it because it's something that we all have an opinion on, but not everybody is as honest as I'd like to think they are about it. We're going to talk about religion. Yeah, religion, God, in specific. And the topic today is, why do people believe in God in the first place? First of all, before anything, why should you even care about my opinion? Well, first of all, folks, my opinion might be yours if you're honest with yourself. And then my opinion may not be yours. Why should you even care about that? Well, to be honest, folks, it may cause you to question some things that you don't want to question. It may cause you to look at things in a different aspect that you've never seen them before. Or it may be just me speaking for you, and this has been your internal feelings all this time. God is something that, whatever you call him, Allah, Buddha, whatever you want to call him to you, whoever your spiritual leader is to you, I call him God. Okay, whoever he is to you, everybody has an opinion on religion. Whether they have, even to not have an opinion on religion is to have an opinion on religion, whether you realize it or not. If you're a spiritual person, if you believe in, self growth, if you believe in self healing, self medicating, if you believe in, the fashions that I grew up in, um, actually the childhood I had, my mother is very religious to this day. Um, Bible study on Wednesdays, Sunday, Bible study, what is it? Sunday, it's some kind of tutorial before the big mass. I forget what it's called. It's not coming to my mind right now. Man, I should know because we went there extra early for extra 45 minutes before the mass even started, just for her. Sunday school. That's what it's called. Sunday school before the mass at 11 o'clock. So we got that around 9:45. We both went to Sunday school. I went to my peer group of Sunday school. She went to her adult group of Sunday school. We met up. We sat together in the pews. And then we watched, the whole, I was about to say presentation. That sounds awful. But that's pretty much what it was to me growing up, because I could remember watching the preacher and getting certain messages from him that sometimes would contradict things that happen to me in my reality in real life. An example, my preacher, I won't mention his name, growing up, because we grew up in the church. I grew up in the church for the majority of my life, um, in a Baptist church. He preached about being grateful for where you at, okay? And the thing that kind of, as I got older and I came into womanhood and adulthood, I am a woman, for those of you wondering. um, the thing that kind of contradicted itself about being grateful, because definitely you should be grateful for where you're at, but there is a line that is, you know, sometimes borderline you being grateful from where you're at to you being stuck where you're at. You know what I mean? And I just seen so much of my people, because the majority of Baptists are black people, okay? And I've just seen so many of my people stay in this mindset of staying stuck where they are and trying to be grateful for where you are, when internally there is something in you that wants more. Otherwise, you would be completely at bliss being where you are, living paycheck to paycheck, worrying about the next bill, not happy at your job, not happy taking orders from somebody all the time, not happy with people talking about you. Hey, don't worry about that. Da 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 da. You know, telling me to ignore it, it's not solving the problem. And if the preacher of that religion is teaching that, then people get the perception that that is what God intended for your life. And even as a child, that didn't make sense to me. So I strayed away from the formalities of the way church people thought and the way church people acted, because it contradicted my reality. It's something I want to make very clear here. What I'm questioning is not if God is real. You see, because what I know is when I pray, some people call it praying. I call it talking to God, because I talk to him like I'm talking to you, like I could be considered talking. To me, God is sitting right here and I'm sharing this video while I'm making this video talking to you. That's how real God is to me. When I talk, I feel someone's listening. If his name is Jacob, if his name is John, if his name is Joshua, if his name is God, if his name is Muhammad, if his name is whatever his name was intended, when I'm talking, he's listening. That's what matters to me as a person, as a human being, to feel like somebody is always there. What brings me to one of the points. Why do people believe in God? Number one, people have to have something to believe in. Let me go one step further. People have to have something real to believe in. Something that's consistent. Something that has always been. Something that will always be. Something that is current. Something that is present. Something that you can depend on. People crave security. That's why it's so hard to trust. Because we're both fighting for the same thing, right? When you're trying to trust somebody, you're both fighting to trust each other, but you're both reluctant in giving what it takes to be trustworthy, because we don't like to be vulnerable. Well, see, God provides the idea that you can be whoever you are in our religion, whoever you are, no matter where you come from, and he can work with you and make you better. And he's always accessible, no matter what. And he loves you no matter what. That is a powerful idea. That is a astronomical idea. Now, me and my religion, I'm not what you consider accepted, because number one, I'm homosexual, and that is a no-no in a black church. That is a no-no in a lot of white churches. That is a no-no in most religions. Now, that's another video for another time. That is a whole nother topic. Okay? Not here to defend or whatever my sexuality, what I do, or whatever like that. That is not for this video. Now, what it has to do with is how a lot of people who share the struggle of being ostracized by the church, their vision of God. Because if God is all of these good things and he accepts you for who you are, and if you discover yourself and you truly believe that that's how you are and that's who you are, but he rejects the side of you that you're sure is who you are, then there is subconsciously something that makes you want to reject him, because you don't feel comfortable. Now, is that really the ideal of God? Or is that the idea of people making the assumption, or making the, what's the word? Making it look like that's what God thinks because they want things a certain way. People need peace of mind. That's another reason why they believe in God. Because to think that this world is all there is, it would be devastating. To know that a baby could be born from having a crack addicted mother and die in 20 days in the hospital, who never had a fighting chance, and then that's it because she decided to make the wrong decision somewhere in her life. That's not fair. See, we pride ourselves on trying to make things fair. And God, the ideal of faith, kind of evens the odds a little bit. If you go through your whole life struggling, it's okay because after you die, there's an afterlife. There's a heaven waiting for you. Or if you go through life, like, we need the same balance. If you're Hitler, you better go to hell. You have to pay for what you've done because death is not enough. Hitler can die 100 times and it still won't be enough for the evil that he impacted in this world. So we have to know that there's some kind of justification. You have to be rewarded if you're good, and you have to be penalized if you're bad. Period. And that's why faith is so important. And that's why religion is so important and God is so important to people. Because there have to be it has to be an even of the odds. Now listen. I know that everybody has in one time or another questioned if God is real. If you can be honest with yourself, if you can be honest, truly honest with yourself, you'll be able to admit that. Because you can't see God. You can't call him and hear his voice. Even if people say they hear his voice, it's your is your voice that you're hearing, but it's being translated through the feeling that you feel. The thing that always brings me back to it is that, are things just because? Like, how do we get here? Humanity. Who decided that we should have 10 fingers and 10 toes, 2 eyes, 2 eyebrows, like perfectly align my face with 2 ears so that I can hear on one side? And if I had one ear, I can only hear on one side. And who said that my mouth, I needed teeth in order to chew things, and I had taste buds in order to taste the things that I'm eating and swallow, and where it goes in my certain body parts, and why I need two legs in order to balance my body as I walk? Who decided that this was the way things should go? See, friends, I do not believe that things happen just because. But I want to know the truth. Because the truth is the truth. 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas Day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's. The truth is the truth all day and night. I believe in God because I believe that he's the truth. It's the truth. And if ever that was not the truth, I would want to know, because I want to know the truth. That's why I'm not afraid to question it. You shouldn't be either. This is just part 1. In part 2, we'll tap on why people don't believe in God. And see, that's okay. Because, my friend, whether you feel like you know already, just like I feel like I know already, and if you have an opposing opinion about God and you don't believe that he's real, then we can have a conversation, sensibly, of course. Because I'm not afraid of knowing what I believe I know. Just like you shouldn't be afraid of what you believe you know. Because if it's the truth, that's all I'm after. That's it. That makes sense, right? Now listen, folks. We spent a little bit of time together, about 15 minutes, and I thank you for watching all the way up to the end of this video. Now, there is a way you can do exactly what I'm doing and actually get paid for it. I'm at home right now, and this is what I do. If you like to get your voice out there and be heard, go to this link, claimyourwealthwithterry.com. Claim your, think about what that says for a minute. Claim your wealth with Terry.com. And you'll get some information, friends, that will impact and change your life. Go to that link, watch that video, and see how you can make 1K per day. Seriously. Seriously. Aside from that, though, the next video will be topicked on why people do not believe in God. Until then, take care.